we'll see. How's it going, guys? It's Optimus N64 again. Today, I just found out that I don't really have much to do today. I just got back from church today, and I figured maybe I might go ahead and stream some gameplay from Resident Evil 4 while discussing what I want to see from Microsoft's showing at E3 this year, what I'd like to see from them, and what I'd predict that they might show. So without further ado, let's begin. I'm going to be playing mercenaries on this game, because I just don't feel like going through the main game again, since I've already done a stream, but maybe I might go ahead and do the mercenaries again. No, not mine, which is obviously I'm doing it right now. My bad. But I just kind of want to have some gameplay going on while I talk about what I want to see from Microsoft this year. I'm going to be Jack Krauser. He was always my favorite to play as in the mercenaries, mainly because he has that arm. And that bow's pretty cool. Yeah, he can only use his arm attack and glows red. I kind of wish I had a PlayStation 2. Because maybe we might be able to play this game like we would on the Wii Edition. It was fun to use it on motion control. Wrong button. Flash grenade. You can far more powerful character. Button again. Okay, anyways. I'm going to explain what got me into the Xbox, how long I've been into the Xbox, and what I would like to see from Microsoft this year. I've been in the Xbox brands sometime since 2006. I know Microsoft first released the Xbox original back in 1991, but I never got to play it until like 2006. My uncle got the system. And the only game we had at the time was Halo. And because I wasn't allowed to play much control-rated games back when I was a kid, he wouldn't let me play. I got my phone, but I was recording, so I'm just like, focusing on it. But, eventually at one part, he invited one of my brothers up to play it, to show it. And it was in the very first mission of the very first Halo game, Combat Evolved. And it was at that one part where you had to activate that holographic bridge. Hey, Pepper, I see you again. So anyways, but because his brother had left, he wanted me to drive the Warthog over to the bridge. And I decided, why not? I guess I will. So, upon reaching the end, he decided to just let me play a little bit of Halo. Because he knew I liked it a lot. He decided to let me play with him through the whole game. And what's sad is that
We played through the whole game and we beat it, but the sad thing is, to this day, he still hasn't beaten his save file. Me, my dad, like he used to play it with my dad. And that's when I became like a fan of the Halo series for a while. You know, now I want you guys to relax because I'm not really no Halo fanboy. I know that like the Halo fanboys can be a bit bad and all, but now I'm into when it comes to the shooter genre, I'm into other games like Time Splitters, which is criminally underrated. I might talk about that in another YouTube video I might talk about. But it was like after beating the original Halo, we went over to the game demos to see what they had announced and see what else was available on the Xbox. There's games like Azaric, Rise of Parathia, which was a launch title for the original Xbox. Ooh, let's say that. I think that's my dog right there, gagging. Something's talking to her. No, she's okay. She does that a lot. But anyways, then there came games like RE4, and then there was like Bloodweight. I have it on the original Xbox. Like I got it used $5 at a Patriots Game Zone. Like I said, they got a YouTube channel. If you ever get the time, check out that channel. That's a really cool store. And like it's only rarely that I get to go there. I don't get to go down there very often because it's like a few hours away from where I live. But it is a really cool store. But anyways, there was other games like the third-party games, EA Sports, snowboarding game I forgot. Then there came other classics like Crimson Sky, a flight simulator. I never got to play it, but I'd like to at some point. Oh, it sucks. Yeah, they're going again. But anyways, the thing with Microsoft, and one thing about Microsoft that people really just can't seem to understand, Microsoft doesn't have a lot of intellectual properties. I know like Nintendo, they've got like a load of gaming intellectual properties known not just by gamers, but even non-gamers as well. And it's almost the same with Sony. I mean, they've got intellectual properties too, but they don't ever get much attention like Nintendo's, minus The Last of Us, which God knows how much attraction that game got. But, Microsoft, all they have is like Halo and Gears of War, which, you know, they're fun games. I do like them. Forza. Not really much of a sports gamer, but I thought about trying out Forza. I did play the second game. It was okay, but it's kind of hard to get into since I'm not really much of a sports game. Which, it's a racing game, which I'm sure racing games count as sports. Could be wrong with that, but, you know, they're just... But there are people that do like them. And I'm like the same with Gran Turismo. I mean, I used to watch my dad play Gran Turismo when he had the original PlayStation. I do have Gran Turismo 5. And it's a prequel. But, I haven't played it a lot, because, like I said, I haven't played like 4 games. But I really would like to get back into Forza and Gran Turismo. Speaking of Forza, I know back in the original Xbox days, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Project Gotham Racing was a launch title. It's supposed to be like a spiritual successor to this one racing game from the Dreamcast. I wish I could play. I'd love to play it one day. But anyways, then there came like Project Gotham Racing 2 for the original Xbox. And I think the second and third Project Gotham Racing game has like either a launch title or close as a launch title to the 360. Oh gosh. I don't want to see that Manchester effect. Extreme close. Alright, first aid time. But then they're like the 360. I have a 360. I had the arcade edition that I got for Christmas 2008 because that was like the only one I could afford at the time. But eventually I ended up getting a 250 gigabyte hard drive for it. It was a great system. I would have to hold the 360 as my main favorite Xbox console. Not my favorite game console of all time. I'd have to say the 64 is. But I do love the Xbox brand. But and as much as I like the original Xbox, I also like the 360 just a wee bit better than the original Xbox. And what's also funny is like back when I used to play the original Xbox on my uncle's Xbox, when I used to play his Xbox, he had the Duke controller. That was like Microsoft's first controller to the Xbox. And that thing was kind of like a behemoth. Not many gamers liked it, which I guess I can understand why in some ways. But, first aid time. I'll save my things for later. Oh, you're kidding me. There's another Bella sister with a chainsaw. Maybe I'll use the grenade. But yeah, the 360 I really liked back when I was a kid, or back when I was like in high school. Let me check the map again, see if I missed anything. I gotta go back and get that hourglass, build it some more time.
I know, the one thing about the Xbox, though, is that, you're joking, I did not see that chainsaw lady. That made me jump out of my skin. But anyways, the 360 and the Xbox brands, fanboys almost ruined it for me. Now, I mean, I know fanboys of any kind, whether if you're like Nintendo, PlayStation, they're all going to ruin it for others, regardless of the brand they like to fight for. But you know, when I was little, I used to think Xbox fanboys were the worst. But now here as an adult, I don't think anyone's the worst. I think fanboys of all time are just equally bad because they're going to be full of that one person who just they're all going to have that one person that'll just ruin it for others. But now I kind of get this fanboy stuff. Like when I was a kid, I used to be a big Nintendo fanboy. I mean, I never hated on another system. I've always loved the PlayStation and Xbox brand. It's just not only was Nintendo my favorite, I used to think that they were the best, and they will always be the best. But you know, then I've learned nobody's the best. Every company's going to make mistakes regardless. And that's just something as gamers we're going to have to deal with. You know, it's good that you're a fan of the favorite company. I've been a big Nintendo fan for a while too. But I have given them criticism, like for the treatment of the Wii U, and like Nintendo's treatment of the Wii U was like there was no marketing for it. Now I'm gonna try not to talk about like Nintendo a lot, guys, but I'm gonna save that for a different video. But you know, point being, all game companies are going to have their mistakes, and you know there's going to be that one fan that'll just defend it to the end. Let's see if I got all the other glasses. But you know, I mean, I'll always enjoy the Xbox brand. I mean, I understand Microsoft's struggling with it right now. I know they've struggled to get a lot of intellectual properties for it. I know they've had like some single games come out for the Xbox One a few years ago. Like, you know, there came the Rare Replay, which is a pretty good game. But the thing about it is, the Rare Replay was mainly just a collection of all those old games from Rare. And that's the sad thing about like Rare is that they got bought by Microsoft back in I believe it was 2001, but Nintendo still had Rare release Star Fox Adventures for the GameCube before Rare went over to Microsoft. And the first game Rare ever developed for Microsoft was Grabbed by the Ghoulies. It's not a bad game. In fact, a lot of fans are saying it is underrated, which I agree. The only problem about Grabbed by the Ghoulies is that it was very repetitive. I'm not saying it was like the hardest game you'll ever play, but the holy crap, the repetitiveness was uncalled for. I don't know if that's the right word, but you get my point. Like, Grabbed by the Ghoulies was also developed from the same team that made Donkey Kong Country and Banjo-Kazooie. I know a lot of fans would love to see a sequel to it, but because it didn't sell well back then, it's very sad. Same, including like Conquer Live and Reloaded. And I think Perfect Dark Zero didn't sell very well. I know Microsoft hasn't made like a third game. And, you know, it's like after Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts came out, Microsoft just didn't know what to do with Rare anymore. So instead, Rare ended up developing Kinect games and Kinect Sports. They even developed the Avatar system for the Xbox. Hold on a second. But it was just like, back when I was like in middle school and like high school, you know, people used to tell me Xbox was a superior system. It's like, all you need is Xbox and you need Call of Duty, and then you'll be a better gamer. And, you know, I don't mind Call of Duty as much as an X guy, but you know, at the end of the day, it's just a first-person shooter, and you know, there is more to gaming than just the shooter genre. Same with like platformers. I know that's true too. It's just there is a thing called different strokes for different folks. I know the platformer genre was like the #1 seller in video game history back in like the old days, but now in like halfway through the 6th gen and then fully through the 7th gen, the shooter genre took over and more action games came. We started seeing less JRPGs not sell very well, and maybe not necessarily the platformer genre. I mean, I know the platformer genre is still going strong. You know, you got people really liking Ukulele, the spiritual successor of Banjo-Kazooie. Excuse me. And you know, you got people hyped for Sonic Forces and Super Mario Odyssey. It's just, you know, they're still fun to play, but that was kind of like what I had with the Xbox One back then. You know, I do feel as though that while Xbox fanboys are bad, I do feel as though like PlayStation fanboys and Nintendo fanboys of any kind, and even haters, people who hate any of the three, you know, they're no better than the fanboys. Because, you know, they haven't done a thing. They don't speak for gaming. They only like speak for themselves. Fanboys, haters, regardless of what it is that you take a stand for or you just hate. You know, it's like Boogie 2988 said, you are who you are and you like what you like. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you don't have to be such a douche to other people who like the things you don't and who hate the things you do. And you know, I get this fanboy stuff. You know, like I said, I used to be a Nintendo fanboy. I used to defend Nintendo to the end. I used to say they were perfect, and you know, they're not. Nobody's perfect. And that's something you should be okay with. You know, perfection isn't real. You're fine just the way you are. You know, if Nintendo does something right, I'll give them credit for it. If any company does something right, I'll give them credit for it. They make a mistake, you can guarantee I'll call them out for it. But you know, like I said, I mean, I don't want the Xbox brand to die. I know Microsoft's not doing so much with it. I know the Xbox One hasn't sold as what they hoped it will. And I just hope Microsoft can make a difference this year once they announce Project Scorpio. Which is supposed to be like a... The Scorpio is, I guess it's pretty much a Xbox One Pro, like PS4 Pro. But anyways, Microsoft plans to hold a press conference on June 11th at 2 o'clock p.m. at the Galeon Center. Unlike previous editions of E3 where Microsoft traditionally held its event on Monday prior to the expo, the company moved its conference back to Sunday so that its announcement would not be overshadowed by those of other conferences traditionally held the same day, such as Ubisoft, Sony. Microsoft also desired to regain its little of having the first E3 press conference, acknowledging Bethesda, I think I pronounced that right, having begun to hold E3 press events on Sunday as well. The conference will stream in 4K on Mixer. Microsoft is expecting to announce further details surrounding its upcoming Xbox One hardware refresh, Project Scorpio. And they will also hold a limited attendance fan fest during E3. So, I mean, I hope they can make a difference with the Xbox Scorpio. You know, I am curious as to what it's going to be. And, you know, I do wish the best for Microsoft, and I do wish the best for Sony.
There. Hold on a second. Let me throw it. But it's, you know, I'm not here to make a fanboy video. Maybe I might do that in another video. But you know, I know a lot of people have like troubles with other fanboys. When I was growing up, I used to have trouble with Xbox fanboys, and that almost got me to quit the Xbox brand. You know, I do like the Xbox brand as much as the next guy, and you know, I don't want myself to go. But let's face reality. I mean, let's face facts. Microsoft, they've had their troubles lately, and you know, they shut down. I forgot the name of the company, but they used to develop the Fable series. And I actually like Fable. I've been getting into Fable lately. I've played the first game, like a friend of mine let me borrow it. But I currently own Fable 2 and 3. I don't have the anniversary edition of the first game for the 360. But you know, Fable was a classic. And a lot of Xbox fanatics loved it, including myself. And it was just ridiculous how not only did like Microsoft close down that studio, but you know, they also canceled Scalebound, which a lot of gamers are still upset about. And why would they be? They have every right to. It was a game that they expected, and Microsoft just like, no, we decided to change our mind. And you know, I still wish to know what went wrong there, and like, did Microsoft like not have any faith in it, or? And, you know, I don't know. But, and I do have to disagree with Phil Spencer. I think canceling it was not for the best. Because, you know, it was a game that a lot of gamers were hyped for. Now, I have been hearing rumors that Microsoft may reconsider developing Scalebound, but we still don't know for sure. If it's true, I hope it becomes a reality, but at the same time, I kind of hope they don't, get a developer to ruin it like Ninja Theory. I mean, I like Ninja Theory. I mean, as much as I can understand why people hated DMC, personally to me, DMC should have been a original game, not Devil May Cry. But I mean, I know I'm gonna get hate for that, but they don't really make bad games. I mean, I know Heavenly Sword was a good game, but I just wish Microsoft would make amends with Platinum Games, which I doubt will happen, and you know, just redevelop Platinum Games. Excuse me, Scalebound, I'm sorry. And you know, that's what I would like to see them announce this year at E3 is Scalebound. Maybe if they get a developer that actually knows what to do with it. But I have a feeling that they're going to get Ninja Theory on it, and I would much rather they get Platinum Games back. You know, if not, whoa, because I think Ninja Theory's image may ruin the game, and of course I could be wrong, but we'll just have to wait and see. You know, we will just have to wait and see if this rumor is true about Microsoft. Oh! Thank you. Goodness, I survived that, but am I going to survive this? Only time will tell.
But it's just the Xbox One, we all know why it's having a rocky start. Like, you know, Microsoft tried to push all those restrictions into it, and a lot of gamers, including myself, you know. And like I said, I'm not a Sony fanboy. I've warned Sony, if you try to do this with the PS4, I'm not going to buy it. You know? You know, I want the ability to own my games, you know. I still prefer physical games. And for us to pay a fee to play them, you know, you're taking away the value and ownership of it. And that violates consumer rights, first sale doctrines. And we can't get rid of first sale doctrines either. You know, gamers have the right to invest in their products. Even to this day, there's like gamers that still, hold on. So, and, you know, Microsoft, I know they tried to, they kept trying to push the DRM into the Xbox One. They kept trying to get gamers to buy it, and you know, Microsoft, you want us to buy it, you gotta let us have it our way. You know, I want to buy my games on disc. I want to own them. You know, you cannot put the blame on used games markets. You know, whether you love or hate GameStop, they're not really the problem. That used games are something consumers have a right to invest into. You know, not every gamer keeps their games forever. I mean, I like to keep my games that I buy, but I don't really much trade in games unless I really have to. I know some of the games I used to trade some of my games in. I know I had like, I used to trade, I once traded in a few Nintendo Wii, DS, and 360 games just so I could get my 3DS back then, or pre-ordered Gears of War 3. I ended up getting the Epic Edition because I wanted that statue and all the collectible goodies. I used to love like collector's edition of games because you got like a big value of what they contain. But because they're so pricey, I stopped buying them. I mean, they're tempting. But, you know, if Microsoft hadn't tried to start off with the Xbox One with a bad start, maybe it'd be performing a lot better today. But, you know, it's right now Sony's currently winning with the PS4. But, you know, I hope they make a difference with the Xbox One. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to focus. Yeah, in this level, you have that double chainsaw. I believe his name is Super Salvador, the chainsaw guy in this game, Dr. Salvador. But only in this level. Does he appear? But anyways, like, you know, as a gamer, as a consumer, I want a game console where, you know, you can own your games. You can, you know, still buy them physically. I know many gamers believe that one day digital will become the future. And the reason why I think that's a bad idea is because not every gamer has the internet, and you have to have internet to download your games. And you know, a lot of gamers do want to own their games, and a digital download feels nothing of true ownership. Sorry guys. Alright. But you know, I currently have an Xbox One right now. It's the 500 gigabyte model. I got it for Christmas. It's the one with 500 gigabytes in its hard drive, but you know, it's like when Microsoft first announced the Xbox One back in May 2013, I think that was the press conference they had. But it's just like they said, yeah, it's gonna be a cable box TV. It's gonna have Netflix, Hulu, DVD playback, music playback, which is all fine and dandy. But you know, Microsoft, what you don't realize back then is that even to this day, gamers only care about Xbox for the game. You know, that's all. Whenever you announce a new Xbox console, same with Nintendo, PlayStation, whenever there's a new game console, all I care about is the game. You know? Now, I do use my PS3 as a Blu-ray player. I watch Blu-ray DVDs on it. And I do have music on it. They killed me already? That ain't fair. It's just, I personally think cable TV will die. You know, I'm not saying it's happening anytime soon, but streaming is what people are going to nowadays. Like, my mom, she has Amazon Fire TV, you know, an Amazon Fire Stick. My dad does too. And, you know, we just got back, like I said in my previous video, we just got back from vacation and Dad used it, took it with us to the cabin. Like my grandfather, he has a cabin a few hours away from us. And I know we still have like direct TV, but I think cable TV will eventually come to an end. And, you know, like I said, it's okay for a console, you know, to have DVD playback and music playback, you know, put your music album in it. But at the end of the day, most gamers don't really care about all that. They're only in a console for the games. And that's me too. I only care about the games when there's a new system. And I still think it was Don Matrick's leadership, you know, when he was in charge of the Xbox brand back then, that kind of ruined it. I don't think he was really thrilled about the Xbox brand. I don't really think he was thrilled about gaming. And I felt like, you know, he wanted to have all those things to upset gamers, you know. You know, you can't buy a used game unless you pay us a fee. Now, I mean, I understand companies don't make money off of used games. But used games, they're not, the industry isn't dying. Used game sales are not really hurting the industry. Because, I mean, in all my years of gaming, I've never seen a news report or read a news article claiming that an industry went out of business because of used games. If anything, it's poor performances that hurt them. You know, used games weren't the reason why the Dreamcast failed. It was due to Sega's bad business decisions. Almost any game company goes out of business due to poor performances made on their business decisions. And, you know, not a lot of people have enough money to afford more than one brand new game. But, you know, used games nowadays, they're just cheaper that way. And I do buy my games used sometimes. Like I said, I go to places Game Zone and I get used games, especially from the old days back. But, and the fact that it was going to require an internet connection, that was unfair to people who didn't have the internet back then. And it's still stupid how they tried to say, well, if you don't have internet, just get a 360. Because that's still taking away consumer rights. I still don't know if that's what they want for the future. I mean, I do like Phil Spencer that now that he's in charge of the Xbox brand. And because not only is he passionate about the Xbox, he's still passionate about gaming as a whole. He's congratulated Sony, he's congratulated Nintendo for their successes, you know. Even though he said I wouldn't mind seeing Nintendo games on the Xbox One, I don't want to see Nintendo fail. I do want them to succeed. And it's like when he was talking about, I think it was in like 2016, where he was talking about Uncharted 4 and how much he liked it. And, you know, a lot of Xbox fans got on Twitter saying it's so embarrassing how Xbox had honchos talking about how great Xbox is, or Uncharted is, sad to say. Hello there, Shattuck417. But, you know, it's like, you know, you should congratulate a company for when they succeed. Because if you don't, you're not. If you want a company to die, you're not really a real gamer. And I gotta agree. Why would a gamer want a company to fail? You know, if there's a brand you don't like, just don't buy it. Just don't play it. Heaven forbid wish for that company to fail. So, you know, I mean, like I said, I'm curious about what they're going to do to Xbox Scorpio, the new Xbox. But now, here's the thing. If Microsoft does want me to buy it, I want that system to come out with at least 2 terabytes or more. You know, I don't want a terabyte. I don't want 500 gigabytes. You know, I want more space to fit my games on. But I know I spent like a few 40 minutes talking about fanboys or about what the Xbox brand has done. It's just, you know, I just wanted to point out that I used to have problems with Xbox fanboys back then. I know other gamers have had problems with their fanboys, but you know, that's their time back then. You know, my time, I used to despise Xbox fanboys. Like, they always told me that Nintendo sucks. One day they're going to wake up and realize that they suck at making consoles and we'll get all the games on the Xbox. And, you know, it's like fanboys like them, they don't realize, you know, we have to have our games succeeding. You know, Microsoft doesn't want Nintendo to fail. Sony doesn't want Nintendo to fail. But, anyways, let me just go ahead and discuss what I'd like to see this year at E3. But now, what I predict Microsoft may show is, like I said, Scalebound. I'm hoping they'll apologize to the community and say, you know, we realize how much you wanted Scalebound. Here it is, but if they do bring it back, I'm afraid they'll get a developer like Ninja Theory. You know, I'm not hating on Ninja Theory. I think they've made good games back then. You know, heavily sword on the PS3. That was really interesting. And DMC, while it may not be a true Devil May Cry, I don't think it was just a bad game at all. I just wish they had called it something different. But at the same time, I do think they may ruin Scalebound's image and make it a cyberpunk emo crap like DMC was. It's been almost a year since Microsoft announced it. I know, like they announced it that last year at E3 2016, and I'm curious about what they're going to do with it too. And you know, here's the thing: I just want it to be all about gaming, and that's all I want to see this year from Microsoft. Is I want to see them announce some games, and I would love to see. Hold on one second. Oh yeah, I forgot. There was now what glass I gotta hurry. But you know, Scalebound, I do hope they show that. You know, a lot of gamers were really looking forward to it, and it was just heartbreaking that they decided to cancel it of all things and not explain why. But I also predict that they're going to show Crackdown 3. I haven't played Crackdown. I've heard good things about it. I might get it one day. I've been looking to get the first two games like on the 360. They're also showing State of Decay 2. And like I said, I never played the first game. So maybe if I'm going to get the sequel, I need to try to play the first game. I don't have much to say on State of Decay. I've never really seen much gameplay of it. But like eventually one day I'll get into it. Shut the puppies. Can't shoot that guy. But now they're also gonna, like I said, they are showing State of Decay 2, but I'm gonna have to get into the first game if I'm gonna get into the sequel. I also predict that they're gonna show Sea of Thieves from Rare. And like I've explained about Rare, it's just that, you know, they were such a great company back with Nintendo. And I still wish Nintendo had purchased them instead of Microsoft. But I did hear that even if Nintendo did buy Rare, they still wouldn't be the same. Like, you know, all the founders, the Stanford brothers, you know, they've all left Rare. But personally, if you want my opinion, and again, I could be wrong on this, I feel as though that Microsoft wanted full control of Rare. That's why I felt as though is that some of their games didn't sell well, and that, you know, Grabbed by the Ghoulies was originally supposed to be an exploration game and not just follow through the chapters. Like think about it. In the Banjo-Kazooie games, you had to collect music notes to move freely around Gruntilda's lair. I felt as though is that they should have done something similar to Grab of the Ghoulies back then. You know, collect a certain amount of music notes or something else just to move freely around the mansion. And you know, the gameplay, like I said, it was just so repetitive. It was a pretty challenging game. I mean, I've seen harder games, but geez Louise, could they have just, I mean, couldn't Grab by the Ghoulies have like the difficulty setting or something. But anyways, like I said, I'm grabbed by the ghoulies. It wasn't really a bad game. It's just Microsoft. I really felt as though that Microsoft should have given Rare full development control over it. And you know, Conquer Live and Reloaded, like it was supposed to be a sequel to the game, to Bad Fur Day. You're kidding. How in the world did I survive that? Or maybe not. But anyways, I felt like maybe if Microsoft would just let Rare do their own thing, maybe they'd still be successful, but it's just... Nowadays, Rare just became a shadow of their former selves. And it's pretty disheartening because, you know, Rare used to be one of my all-time favorite game companies. Let me see if I got a grenade or something. No, but I need to get some shotgun shells. But hopefully, now that Phil Spencer's in charge of the Xbox brand, the Xbox is now going to be all about gaming. And, you know, he's trying to make the system all about gaming. So now he's trying to get Rare. Hopefully, he'll return the company back to their glory days, to how great they were back then. I need to speak up. Back to their glory days. I don't want people to think I'm saying gory. Gosh, no. I don't know, maybe if it's just my microphone. I'm trying to speak as loud as I can. Maybe I might get a headset like I do that you put over your head. I just have the microphone that you attach to your shirt. You know, we have an original game coming out called Sea of Thieves. I still don't know if I'm going to get it or not. Like, I do want it to have offline single player mode to it. That's why I didn't invest in the games like Destiny or Star Wars Battlefront. You know, because games like them, they required an internet. You know, I did play online games back then. I just don't do much now. I'm more of a offline single player mode guy. But maybe I might get Sea of Thieves if they announce it will be offline single player. But from the looks of it, it's just going to be another massive online multiplayer game, like Titanfall and Destiny were. Nope, not getting that shotgun for this. Crap, I had a red herb and I could have used the two. Jump out. But it does look bright and colorful. You know, you're pirates. You're going on this big pirate adventure. Kind of almost reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't think so, girls. But you know, this was last year. I believe it was last year, or was the back in 2015 when we got the Rare Replay. I do have the Rare Replay, and I'll agree it's a good game. It's, you know, it's a big collection of all those old games from Rare. But in the end, personally to me, all the game did was just give me a glimpse reminder of how great Rare used to be. But who knows? Maybe, hopefully they may announce a new Banjo-Kazooie. Doubt it, but, you know, you got all these platformers coming out. Crash the Insane Trilogy coming out. Hopefully that those... Oh, come on, I dodged that. I agree, Shattuck. I think Metal Gear Survive really needs to be erased because, well, now personally to me, if Konami wasn't such a bad company, like how they've mistreated their employees and things, you know, making a successful video game developer go do a standard job as a janitor or working at those factories, and, you know, their treatment of employees is abysmal. But aside from that, if Metal Gear Survive was more of a new intellectual property, I probably would have gotten it. But yeah, I just think it's stupid how they made Left 4 Dead with Metal Gear slapped onto it. That's just how I feel about it. I'd like to see a new Resident Evil game. I think we're going to see Resident Evil 2. But stuff like that's third-party games. I'm just going to wait and do a third-party games video and discuss all that. But right now, this is going to be about Microsoft and what I'd like to see from them. But yeah, Metal Gear Survive, like I said, I think that should just be a new IP. And maybe if Konami wasn't such a bad company, I would have considered getting it, but this is, you know, probably a Doom remake, but I think the new Doom that just came out isn't close to a remake of it yet. Actually, is it a remake or is it just like a reboot or something? I know reboots and remakes are different. It's just a remake is like they completely remade the entire game. A reboot is where they like start the franchise or the storyline over. But what I'd like to see from Microsoft this year, I also would like to see probably might get hate for saying this, but I probably would like to see Halo 6 this year. I mean, I did hear from a report that they're not going to show Halo 6, but they might as well. I mean, they might as well just finish the trilogy from 343. I don't think the 343 games are bad by any means. The only thing bad about them is the story. I did not like the story. And spoiler alert, in case you haven't played Halo 5. Have you played Halo 5, Shaddy? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it. I'd much rather wait for them to play it themselves. But anyways, all I say is this, is that I wasn't too thrilled about the story. And especially Halo 5 thing I didn't really like. But, Halo 6, I hope can redeem Halo 5. I doubt it, but if they announce it this year, I might be looking forward to it. Now, I probably might get hate for this, but I personally would like to see a Halo 3 anniversary. You know, not necessarily a remake, but graphic updates to Halo 3, the same way they did to the original Halo and Halo 2. Because when Halo 3 came out, and you can disagree if you want, that's fine, it personally looked like an original Xbox game to me. I felt like this game could have been successful on... Yeah. That stupid chainsaw lady. Nah, I'm not going to continue. But anyways, I wouldn't mind seeing a Halo 3 anniversary. Happy 3 remake. What is that? Is that like a game or something? But anyways, a Halo 3 anniversary, I personally think they could do it. But if they're gonna do it, they'll probably it'll probably be like an update to the Halo Master Chief Collection. It'll be like DLC. But if they do release it on, wow, that's terrible. I died on the beginning of this level. Pretty stupid. But anyways, sorry, autocorrect. Yeah, I hate autocorrect too. Like, I was on Transformers Devastation, a video I was watching about it on YouTube. I said I was looking forward to this and that from Platinum, and then I say like Scalebound, and it autocorrects to Spellbound, and I'm like, freaking autocorrect. I do use my iPad to get on YouTube since my laptop's fried. Still trying to fix it, but yeah, I hate it. But like I said, I think Halo 3 is worthy of an anniversary remake. It still looked like an original Xbox game at the time. But, you know, personally, if they're going to do a Halo 3 anniversary, they're probably just going to update the Master Chief Collection, or, you know, or just release it as DLC. But if they do release it on a separate disc, I'd be okay with it. I mean, it is only fair. I mean, this is the year 2017. It's been like 10 years since Halo 3 came out. You know, 2 years ago, when we got the Master Chief Collection, that's when we got Halo 2 Anniversary. And back in like 2011, on the 360, we had Halo Combat Evolved. Even Gears of War has like an anniversary. I predict, as I tried to say, there's already a Halo 3 remake. Oh, there is? I'm sorry, I must have misread your comment. But that is pretty cool. Alright, moving on from like Halo 3 discussion. I kind of predict they're gonna do I don't know what they'll do. Alright, moving on from Halo. I wouldn't mind seeing an Alan Wake 2. I would love to see a sequel to Alan Wake. Alan Wake was a really interesting game from the 360. It was like a psychological thriller game. And I never even got to play that one game, American Nightmare from Alan Wake. I'd like to at some point, but I just haven't got the chance. But an Alan Wake 2, I think would be nice. Will they announce it? Doubt it, but I think it'd be pretty cool. But oh, he's gonna go to the stage. He came up behind me! That little booger. He just snuck up behind me and decapitated me. But, I also predict they may announce new RE4 stuff. But I'm not going to say much because, like, excuse me. I haven't gotten into Forza a lot lately, but maybe they might. I would like to see a sequel to Bloodway. Now, if you haven't played Bloodway, if you got like Amazon or if there's like a used games market near you, you can get it for about like $5 like I did at Patriots Game Zone. It's a really fun game. It's a high-speed action game on boats, military boats. You're gunning down other competitors as well. And it looked like it was going to be Microsoft's answer to the Twisted Metal series. It's like Twisted Metal out in the ocean. But like I said, it's like the developers to Bloodway. They didn't really go anywhere, or like something went wrong, and that's why we never did get a sequel. But I still think it's possible for to get a sequel to Bloodway. Yes, got me. I would like to hear something about CFE. Yeah, me too. Like I said, it's an interesting looking game, but I'm hoping it's not an online only game like Destiny was. Like, I'm still hoping they got a offline single player to it. But likewise, it is interesting, and I'd love to hear more about it. But, Bloodway, it's a really fun game, and I would love for Microsoft to do more with it. Maybe if they can get a new developer to work on it, but make it stay true to the original, I think it might do pretty well. But likewise, we'll just have to wait and see. Crimson Skies, that was also an original Xbox title. I haven't got to play it, but it does look pretty cool. Maybe if we can get a sequel to that, that would be good. I also wouldn't mind seeing probably going to go into another Doubtful Chance. But I would love to see a new Banjo-Kazooie. Of a dead game. Yeah, I agree. And you know, I'm not bashing on Destiny or anything. Sure, it's a fun game. I played it briefly, but you know, not every gamer has the internet. Oh, I couldn't jump down. They got me. But anyways, I don't like online gaming either. I mean, every now and then I would like to get on a multiplayer game and just play it briefly. But, you know, massive online multiplayer games like Titanfall, Destiny, you know, Star Wars Battlefront, I think it was. But it's just, like you said, you pull the server, pull the plug on the server and it's gone. And if you have any, like, physical copies of online-only games, they're going to be useless. And, you know, taking them back to a used games market, that's going to be like they probably won't take it. And, you know, look at the servers, too. And I know that there's, like, single player to it, but I'm trying to think of an old game that had, I was about to say Resident Evil, Outbreak. Because, they at first had the... Sorry for the stutter, I'm trying to remember. They had the servers closed down on that game. But they eventually brought them back. Because maybe it was only fair because Japan still had them. But, you know, you cut down the server, the multiplayer's done, and, you know, the original Xbox, I still wish they'd bring Xbox Live back to it. Nos Goth Games, is that autocorrect or something? What kind of game is that? I've never really heard of it. But anyways, like I said, I would like for the Xbox Live servers on the original Xbox to come back. I never got to experience what it was like, and I've heard from other gamers that... Crap, I gotta get out of here. If I stay any longer, that's... But, I'm still hoping Sea of Thieves will be, an offline single-player experience, too. You know, if they want to have, like, online to it, that's fine. You know, I don't mind, like I said, I don't mind getting online and playing a quick round of deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag, that kind of thing. I used to play a lot of Halo Reach online back then. Metal Gear Online back on the PS3. The team-based game. Fun fact, it's dead. Ouch. That really sucks. No stuff. I'll have to look that up. But, believe it or not, Japan got a physical copy to Metal Gear Online back on the PS3 days. And now because the servers to it are dead, that physical copy's useless. Oh, there's another game that's coming to my mind. Defiance. I think it's from Namco. I think I said it right. But yeah, I've like, I've been seeing it used at GameStop lately, at my local GameStop. And, oh crap, I better run. I think I'm gonna die here soon. They're gonna get me. But I've been seeing it at GameStop. I also think I saw it at Patriots Game Zone as well. But it had a little note or sticker on it saying online requirement, server dead, or something like that. But anyways, I don't blame you. I despise online gaming as well. Pull the plug on the server, and that's left. It's a corpse of a dead game. It's like you said. But maybe, hopefully, we'll get an announcement this year at E3 from Sea of Thieves. Defiance has been out for years. Oh, you played it too? Let me look it up again. Defiance, free to play. I'm looking it up real quick. I got my iPad with me. The game went free to play June 4th, 2014 for PC. August 2014 for PS3 and November 18th for Xbox 360. Oh, it's been out since 2013. Oh, and it's from a company called Tryon World. My bad, I thought it was from Namco. That was pretty stupid.
and I take that back. Maybe the servers are still up. But like I said, if the servers to that game goes out, it's gone. But anyways, also from Microsoft, I want to go back to what I was talking about, and this is something I really doubt they're going to make, but I would absolutely love it if they would. I would love to see them bring back Banjo and Kazooie. With the recent announcement of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, maybe because the platformer genre is still going strong, maybe they may consider bringing back Banjo and Kazooie. Banjo Kazooie, they're already at Playtonic Games, and they made that spiritual successor, Ukulele. But let me tell you something, Banjo and Kazooie is the reason why I am passionate about gaming today. I could be wrong, but I'm almost willing to bet that if I had never played Banjo Kazooie back then, I probably wouldn't be the gamer I am today. You know, I still have that Nintendo 64 cartridge, and it still works. And every now and then I put it back in, I plug it back up, and play it a bit. You know, I still have Banjo Tooie on cartridge. And because I liked it that much, I do have it digitally on my Xbox 360, my Xbox Live. And I do have all the achievements for it because I liked it that much. I wanted to get it again. And like I said, I usually don't buy digital games. I used to back then. Like I used to get virtual console games on the Nintendo Wii. I used to get them on my PS3. Like I have the Crash original trilogy, the original 3 games digitally. I have Castlevania Symphony of the Night and the original Spyro the Dragon. But now with the Rare Replay, it's kind of you kind of have Banjo Kazooie and Tooie Xbox Live editions physically, but it's like when you put it in, you have to install the Xbox 360 version. Even the Perfect Dark games, Viva Pinata, which I was never into, Jetpack and Cameo, you have to play the 360 versions because it makes you use the Xbox 360 backwards compatibility to it. I used to like backwards compatibility. Like I used to play my PS1 games on my PlayStation 2. I used to play GameCube games on my Wii. And currently right now, because my Nintendo Wii doesn't work, I had to transfer all my save data to the Wii U. And I currently just use my Wii U to play Wii games. Well, I don't know. Okay, maybe Ukulele did get a mixed reception, but I mean, but I the community is saying it's still good. Maybe not an amazing game by any means. I still haven't got to play it yet. I'm gonna try and get it one day, but maybe you're right. Maybe Microsoft still doesn't see the potential in the platformer genre. But yeah, it does have some good review scores. Normally, I don't always trust critics, but you know, I've heard from other gamers that it's a pretty good game, and you know, you got 8 out of 10 from both Destructoid and Game Informer. EGM gave it a 7 out of 10, which is a good review. 4 stars from Game Evolution, 3 from Games Radar. 7 out of 10 from IGN, which I kind of don't like IGN. But yeah, I do see some bad scores. 5.5 out of 10 from Polygon, 4 out of 10 from videogamer.com. Yeah, I heard the in-game camera was a problem. Like it says right here, Playtonic announced a free update to the game that will attempt to address criticism of the in-game camera and make some other improvements.
Maybe not platformers, but collections are a different story. Collectons. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing collections. Like, I'm hoping the Nintendo Switch will give us like a Donkey Kong Anniversary Collection. Not just the... I mean, they can bring in the classic arcade Donkey Kong games like Donkey Kong Jr., and Donkey Kong 3. But I would also like to see the country games on the Switch so I can play them on the go. I would like to see Donkey Kong 64 on the Switch and the retro Donkey Kong Country games, but likewise, that's going to be on a different video, like on a Nintendo E3 prediction video I'd like to do. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, like I said, Banjo-Kazooie, believe it or not, we were supposed to get a Banjo 3E. I don't know if you know this, but it was in development for the Nintendo GameCube. Like they showed it at I believe it was a space at Space World. Like Nintendo appeared at a place called Space World to show off the GameCube, and Rare was there showing their games, Cameo, Perfect Dark Zero, which was supposed to be Perfect Dark 2. And you know there was I forgot. Oh yeah, but yeah, Space World. It was a video game trade show hosted by Nintendo, first held in 1989. But around like 2000 and 2001, they showed the GameCube. Okay. Rare did show, in Space World 2000, they showed Cameo Elements of Power. But I heard somewhere that they also showed Banjo 3E. Like you had collectathons like Banjo, Mario 64, and DK 64. Are you talking about like stuff you collect in the game? Like in Super Mario, you had to collect coins, or in like DK64, you had to collect bananas and the golden bananas, and there were all these coins, banana coins that you used as currency, and those banana medals, everything banana. Yeah, yeah, I'd like to see that too. Like if they do bring back Banjo-Kazooie, I would like to see some collectible stuff in the game, not just jiggies and music notes and standard items. Maybe, I don't know, but what I do know is I would like to see it like a different world, maybe. Like Banjo 3E, there wasn't much of a story, but we were supposed to get like a third game. And like, there was a demo of it at one of the Nintendo Space Worlds, and you saw Banjo riding on Kazooie's back because she was doing the Talon Trot. I think I said that right. And they were getting chased by Mumbo and a bunch of other enemies. And but it's like when Microsoft took over, they changed the whole formula. They made it Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Like, here's the thing. I didn't hate Nuts and Bolts. It was a good game, regardless. The only problem is that it should not have been the third game. It should have not been Banjo 3E. I know Ukulele's as close to a Banjo 3E we're gonna get. But you know, I still would love to see the Bear and Bird return. I mean, it was such a fun game. And like I said, Banjo-Kazooie was the reason why I'm so passionate about gaming. Excuse me. Nose has been stuffed up a bit lately. But, you know, I hope Sea of Thieves succeeds in this year. Oh, I got a message from my friend. Hold on a second. Still on air. Hey, my friend David's on here, guys.
You know what? I think I'll do some assignment A to this gameplay. Oh gosh, you never fail to make my day, man.
Have you retrieved the sample?
Not yet.
Some kind of trouble?
Sadler. He knows.
Ah. Your extraction chopper will pick you up at the rendezvous point as planned.
I'll be there.
I figured I might as well play some assignment A to, since I'm starting to, since I'm starting to suck at the mercenaries. Okay, the mission objectives: collect 5 Plaga samples and head towards the rendezvous point. I'm going to show you where all they are in this game. But maybe if Sea of Thieves succeeds, maybe Microsoft will see the potential in Rare. Maybe they'll still have the talent they did back then, even though not all the original people are still there. And I do look forward to seeing the Xbox Scorpio. And if the Xbox Scorpio does succeed, it would be a blast for Microsoft. But another IP, intellectual property that Microsoft has, and I'm going to go back to it. It was Project Gotham Racing, like I mentioned. I don't know if their development team, I don't know if the developers of Project Gotham Racing are still around, but if they are, I'd like to see a new installment. But Forza's been popular lately, so I think they're just going to go to Forza instead. I also would like to see, and this is something I really doubt they'll make. I would like to see Azaric, Rise of Parathia. Like, maybe a remaster, or if they'll do like a sequel, that would be nice. It didn't really do so well when Azaric first came out, but I've been wanting to play that game for a while. Like, I've been watching this one guy play it. Scratch that. I've been watching 2 guys play through it lately. I'm gonna give them a shout out just as soon as I can find out who they are.
But Azuric Rise of Parathia, it was Microsoft's own adventure game. And according to what I've heard, it's not much of a combat game, even though there's a bit of it. The main focus was exploration. Alright, Machine DJP and Wood Potatoes. Shout out to you guys. Mainly Machine DJP. I've been watching your playthrough of Azuric. And it's like you said, it looked like Microsoft had the potential to make their own Legend of Zelda franchise. But yeah, I heard it didn't do so well back then.
But it's got a pretty good concept. And maybe by today's standards, Microsoft could somehow like remake it or remaster it. Like they could port it to the Xbox One with updated graphics and gameplay. But it definitely looks interesting. I've been trying to find it at Patriots Game Zone and having terrible time trying to find it. I think I just might snipe them from here. Maybe they could do a sequel, if not maybe a prequel, like an origin story. Like, in Azuric Rise of Parathia, one of the characters, he was the Elden. He was like that of a mentor to Azuric. Because even in death, he still helped guide Azuric throughout the land of Parathia. Ah, he got me. I was pulling the trigger and he didn't fire. But Azuric really does look like an interesting game. And if I can find it at a UK market, or if I can get it off Amazon one day, I'm going to give it a shot. But I do think Microsoft should get that adventure genre, I guess, to rival The Legend of Zelda. I know, like, Sony's got God of War, and they also got, like, Horizon Zero Dawn. I'd like to get it, but I don't know if it's true about it being a, forgive me, SJW game. And I know I don't really, like I said in my Sony video, SJW is really Ghostbusters. And that's why I didn't watch the new Ghostbusters movie. But anyways, that's for a different video. I also hope that Microsoft can bring back Fusion Frenzy. The first game was pretty fun. They said it was okay, but the sequel, I had the sequel, but likewise I traded it in to get my 3DS. The original 3DS when it first launched. Whoa, he's in front of me. It was like Microsoft's party game franchise. I didn't know if it was like their answer to Mario Party, except that in Fusion Frenzy there was just mini games and not board maps. But it was a fun game back then. I had a blast playing it, especially with like my sister and our cousins. My uncle, he used to play it too. He used to think it was fun. Also, one game I really hope Microsoft will announce, a sequel to Brute Force. For those who don't know what it is an original Xbox game. It came out sometime in 2002. And it's a third-person shooter. My uncle has it too. I used to play it with him a bit, but I don't remember much from the game, so I can't really say much. But I know that's like the thing with Microsoft. They're struggling to get intellectual properties. I know like RE4 and Quantum Break haven't been doing well. And they do look interesting to me. I know the community is saying, I know the reviews aren't pretty good. Like Quantum Break, the positive reviews are there, but a lot of people are considering it the worst game of 2016. It is from the same developers of Alan Wake. And I don't know, I just hadn't had the time for it lately. Maybe if they lower the price, I'll consider getting it. Okay, so that is Scalebound. I know, and like I said, I was looking forward to that game too. And then when 2017 started, they canceled it. And what I'm afraid of now is that I heard rumors that Microsoft is listening to the community and saying, yeah, we'll bring it back to you, we'll give it to you. But like I said, I'm still worried that Ninja Theory might get a hold of it. And like I said, I don't think Ninja Theory is a bad company, but they did ruin Devil May Cry with DMC. And like I said, I think DMC was better off being another game. I mean, it had good gameplay. The gameplay was pretty fun. But in the end, a lot of Devil May Cry fans were really disappointed with it. Yeah, I figured Microsoft owned the publishing rights to it. But it's like, I still think they should let Platinum Games develop it. It was Hideki Kamiya's image. And I wanted to get on Twitter and ask him what went wrong, but he looked really upset by it. And I didn't want to bother him. But, yeah, I can't think of anything else. Maybe from Microsoft, maybe what I would also like to see from the Scorpio is that, like I said, I don't use much backwards compatibility since I have my old systems. Like, I do have an original Xbox. It used to be my dad's, but when he quit playing, he just gave it to me, and I've been playing it lately. I finally got it working. I had to get a new disk drive, and I kid you not, I cleaned the lens with 70% isopropyl rubbing alcohol with a Q-tip. Yeah, that's all I know too. It was just canceled for seemingly no reason. They never came out and explained. It's like Phil Spencer just came out and said, yeah, we canceled it. We have other games like Halo Wars 2, State of Decay 2, Crackdown 3, and Sea of Thieves coming out. And he thought canceling it was for the best. And I'm like, hey, buddy, you got fan backlash from it. You had gamers really looking forward to that game, and they're just angry that you canceled it. So, yeah, I think canceling it really wasn't for the best. But I mean, I hope we hear something from them. But anyways, back to like Xbox Scorpio, I hope they do make it backwards compatible with the original Xbox. I doubt they will, but I heard that they were in talks about it. Even Phil Spencer thought about it. But if they do, maybe they might make it to where you can, maybe they could put, original Xbox discs into it. And it'll work. I doubt it, but it would be nice. And, you know, there's gamers that do like backwards compatibility. Maybe they will bring, original Xbox backwards to it. I think this door is locked. Hold on. Yep. So only in assignment Ada can you come up to this area. Not right there. Let's just... Let's see if I got a herb. Oh yeah. Maybe if I take more damage. Alright. First place you want to go... Open up your map and all the stars... Yeah, those are basically treasures. Those are basically where you need to go. Also from Xbox Scorpio. I'm hoping it has enough storage in the system. Like I said, I want it to have at least 2 terabytes or more. You know, there's gamers that want more storage in their system, and you know, especially like collectors where they have a big library of games they still play, and they just want to be able to fit it all on the system. I also would like to see Microsoft get the Final Fantasy creator to make a sequel to, what was it called? Lost Odyssey. It was developed from the creator of Final Fantasy. I think I said this right, Hironobu Sakaguchi. They should get him to make a sequel to Lost Odyssey. I almost said The Last Story, but again, that's for Nintendo. I haven't got to play Lost Odyssey, but I heard it was really good, and I would love to just pick it up sometime. Yes. Alright, here's your first Plaga sample. And we got 4 more to go. I think there's some storage there. And make sure you got enough room for it. You might have to delete some space for it. Delete some space, meaning like pray and pray, make some room for your ammunition. I mean, Microsoft, I do think they need some JRPGs for the Xbox. Now, even though these are third-party games, I did play like Infinite Undiscovery on the 360 and The Last Remnant. Those were pretty good, in my opinion. It's been a while since I've played them. I haven't got back into them yet, but I'd like to at some point. Alright, I'll see you, Shattuck, aka David. I hope I'll see you later, and you have a good day. All right. I might do that tomorrow when I get off work. Can't promise you, but I'll hold on to it. I'll hold you on to it. If not, maybe what I'll try to do is I'll try to get more people into it. Alright, I'll send. Notifications message. But what I'll also try to do, maybe tomorrow, if I do my Nintendo discussions, I'd like to invite some people over. But, anyways, back to Microsoft. I'm hoping, that they would look back on their old intellectual properties from the original Xbox and consider just some of their old intellectual properties like that. And again, it is doubtful, but I would love it. Especially like Blood Wake. I still think that has potential to be Microsoft stuff within Metal Lantern. Mr. Sunshine's still up. Another one? Oh well, headshot. Blood Wake, maybe if they make a sequel to that, they could give it online and offline multiplayer to it. I would like to see some boat customization where you can create your own speedboat. They could, even though it's like they could bring in deathmatch, team deathmatch, they should also bring a racing mode to it, or maybe some racing segments in the main story. I think that would be really fun. Like going back to Sony, Jak and Daxter 2 and 3, even though the focus was on action adventure platformer, they had racing modes to it. I don't want to include that. Since it's just me, I might have a chance of beating them. Got it. Alright, I would, love to see... I would like to see some new intellectual properties get announced this year. I would like to see a third Perfect Dark. What they could do is find the team behind it and make a sequel, a third game, or another prequel.
Or what they could do is they could get the same guys that made RE4, basically the same creators of Metroid Prime. They could get them to work on okay, I gotta unlock it. I thought I did, but I didn't. But they could get them to make Perfect Dark. I played Perfect Dark Zero. It's pretty fun. But the original was always where the heart is at. And believe it or not, I do prefer the N64 version. I mean, the Xbox Live version was good and all, but it's just the N64 version will have so much nostalgia.
I'm gonna see if Dead Rising 4 is out. If that's not out, maybe they might show it again.
Yeah, it's been out since December 6th.
I would like to see an expansion to it, like they did to Dead Rising 3.
Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 Arcade Remix Hyper Edition DX Plus Alpha. Rolls right off your tongue.
Maybe they could do something similar with Dead Rising 4 if they announce it this year at E3. And let me pull up my map. Say cheese and smile to the pretty camera. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, that was worth it. Oh crap. Hey, okay, maybe it was. But, Rise the Son of Rome. A lost title. I would like to see them, I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel. But I did hear Rise Son of Rome didn't perform very well, so yeah, so it's highly unlikely. Okay, now back to the original Xbox. Now, Rare has a fighting game franchise called Killer Instinct. And we gotta, now that Microsoft owns Rare, they also own their IPs. So we got like, Killer Instinct 3. Basically, I know it's just called Killer Instinct, but fans, we like to call it, and I think there's not going to be any more updates to it. So, we might as well, like... I don't think there's going to be another season characters, like Season 1, 2, and 3. Because we do have the Definitive Edition, which is basically Complete Edition. So, I don't think we'll see another expansion to it. I would say they could give us a fourth Killer Instinct. Maybe it's too early. And if you're not getting it, wow, that's weird. On the original Xbox, before Killer Instinct, there was 2 fighting games that Microsoft published. One was in November 11th, 2002, and that was, I'm hoping I pronounce this right, Kakuto Chojin Back Alley Brawl, known in Japan as Kakuto Chojin Fighting Superheroes. It was developed by a company called Dream Publishing, a studio created from the members of a company called Dream Factory I haven't heard of. It was originally created as a tech demo to show off the graphic capabilities of the Xbox before the decision was made to turn it into a full game. A few months after its release, Kakuto Chojin was pulled from distribution amidst controversy surrounding religious content featured in the game. It's a fighting game set in a 3-dimensional arena. There are 13 fighters, each with their own arena. Each character has 2 styles of fighting. The Kakuto style is only available at first, with the Chojin style acquired after beating story mode with a character. Kakuto Chojin attempts a different fighting system in that it lacks buttons meant specifically to punch and kick, instead assigning controllers to high, middle, and low attacks, along with the ability to unleash a special attack. The left trigger allows for free movement around an arena, while the right trigger is used for blocking and an attacking modifier. Besides the story mode, there are the standard practice and versus modes. Kakuto Chojin allows for a battle royale with 4 players at once. Though heavily hyped and praised for its graphics, received unfavorable reviews from both critics and gamers who cited its shallow gameplay, weak story mode, and lack of bonus material, aside from its demos. The game averages a 52.54% rating on the Edgergate game review website, Game Rankings, and Game Informer magazine. They described it as a Tekken ripoff. Coincidentally, a portion of Kakuto Chojin development team were indeed ex-Tekken developers. So, yeah, I think it's... maybe it might... maybe calling it a Tekken ripoff was a bit uncalled for, since it was from a few ex-Tekken developers. Now, the game was pulled off store shelves in early 2003 due to accusations of containing offensive religious content. And there was a government that protested, forcing Microsoft to withdraw the game worldwide. If I were Microsoft, I wouldn't have released it. I wouldn't have released this game in that region. But I'm not going to talk about religion on this channel. I mean, I am a religious person. I am a Christian, but this is a gameplay. This is like a gameplay, so I'm going to talk more about games. Like I said, and that's what happened to Kakuto Chojin. It wasn't Christians that protested the game, it was another religious group. But like, I don't want to put much religion in my videos, so I'm just going to leave it. Now, despite the fact that Kakuto Chojin didn't really do so well back on the original Xbox, I still would like to see Microsoft do some sort of sequel to it and try not to upset religious into it. But likewise, it is doubtful. And I know it was developed by ex-Tekken members. The possibility of a sequel would be doubtful, because I don't want to put Bandai trying to sue Microsoft for it. Now, but I haven't got to play it yet. I would love to. One day. But we'll just have to wait and see if I ever get the chance. I think I might as well
Also, in another fighting game from the original Xbox, I can't pronounce it right, but the game is called Teo Thing, Fist of the Lotus. And it was a fighting game from 2003. This was developed by a company called Studio Gigante. And it was a Chicago-based video game developer established in 2000 by John Tobias, the co-creator of Mortal Kombat. They made the game, and it was, I don't know if it was like a spiritual successor to Mortal Kombat, but it was from the co-creator John Tobias. Unlike Kakuto Chojin, Teofing did perform a bit better, but still couldn't please the industry. Oh, crap. Okay, good. Ammunition. Shut some puppies, I ain't got enough. Okay. Speedy Gonzalez here. Ah, God. Oh. Thank you, Lord in heaven. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Gotta reload too. I just hope I have enough room for the fourth Quagga sample. It's locked. There's a security system for unlocking the doors. It's not that. But anyways, unlike Kakuto Chojin, Teo Fiend did not come under controversy. But I do believe the game didn't perform very well. Maybe that's why Microsoft didn't get a sequel. But personally, I would be all for one. I played a demo of it, but it was kind of a hard game. But likewise, it was a demo. And, you know, I once played the demo to Tekken 5 that was bundled with the spin-off Death by Digress, Nina Williams. So, oh, here it is. And, oh no! I think they got me cornered. Be on time, folks. Get bumpy. Yes, yes, okay. Now here's a boss fight. And it is none other than Jack Rouse. Well, that didn't do much. Yeah, well, I think we'll get him. Maybe. Oh, can't dodge much. And we all know how hard this guy is. Of course, maybe other people have had better experience.
Out of TNT ammunition. Try again. What am I doing wrong? One more time. Run, 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 run! Ah, he got me. I don't see how. Oh, yeah. Get back now. Yeah, he got me. And you know, fun fact, this game, Microsoft had a chance to get this game on the original Xbox, and they never did. Microsoft never got a Resident Evil game until the Xbox 360 when Resident Evil 5 came out. And yeah, Resident Evil 5 marks the first Resident Evil game to be released on the Xbox, or on the Xbox brand. It's also on Xbox One along with 4, 6, 7, and the Revelation game. Revelation 1 is coming to the Xbox One. Like I said, it's coming to the PS4 as well in my previous video. Alright, I know I wasted a bullet, but... Oh, another thing, how did he get me? Was that a glitch or something? Maybe. Okay. Got another strategy. Doubt it'll work, but let's hope it does. But yeah, Microsoft has Resident Evil titles on the Xbox. Like I mentioned in my playthrough of this game, the 360 version is digital only outside of Japan. But like I said, in Japan, I gotta figure out how to dodge that move. But in Japan, they have a physical version called it was an HD collection. It had both this game and Code Veronica. And I heard Code Veronica was coming to the PS4 and Xbox One. I don't know what I'm going to see. Dodge that. How did you survive that? There's 4, 5, 6, Revelations 1 and 2, the infamous Raccoon City, and Code Veronica, Resident Evil Remake, and Zero. Yeah, they're all on the Xbox 360. And the Xbox One has this 5, 6, Revelation 2. It's gonna get Revelation 1. 7. And maybe the Resident Evil 2 remake. And that's that, like, even though the original Xbox never got a Resident Evil title,
There's no way he caught me. That has to be a glitch or something, because I did dodge. I used to all the time on the Wii version of this game. But aside from Resident Evil,
They did get Dino Crisis 3. They got Genma Onimusha,
which that was just a port of the PS2 game Onimusha Warlords. Onimusha, I think I'm pronouncing it right. Oh, Mega Man Anniversary Collection and a Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. I have the Street Fighter collection on it. Okay, there's Capcom vs. SNK 2, Mega Man Anniversary Collection. That's all I remember, but
alright, I think come prepared. Alright. I hate it when it does that dash. I know it supposedly makes the game challenging, but it's just so annoying. Crap. Yeah, got me off guard. Oh, another thing. There is a glitch on this battle with him. He runs around in circles and keeps you in the center. I saw a video of it on YouTube, and it's called Krauser Loves Ada. It's not like a tribute music video or anything like that. It's just a glitch in this game where he's running around in circles. It's pretty funny. That attack is so powerful too, and I really like to know how I'm not dodging it. Well, just one grenade finished him off. I finally got him. Oh, another thing I'd like to see from Microsoft. I heard a while back they trademarked 2 Rareware intellectual properties, Battletoads and Jet Force Gemini. I know Jet Force Gemini isn't going to be the same without the original developers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got 5. But I would like to see it by today's standards. Maybe it'll be a good third-person shooter, and maybe if they advertise it properly, maybe we'll get a sequel.
Punctual. I like that. Is Krauser there?
He's dead.
Pity. But after all, just another expendable grunt. Thanks to you, however, Umbrella's one step closer to its re-establishment. And once it is, there will be significant changes in our world.
Wesker. I could be wrong, but I heard there's a theory suggesting that he is actually Chris Redfield in the Resident Evil chapter, or the Resident Evil 7 DLC, Not a Hero. I could be wrong, but maybe that's why the game's called Not a Hero. Oh boy, you gotta love the smoothing and jazzy feeling of this music.
Alright, enough of that. But, Jet Force Gemini, back on the N64, sold at least 1 million copies. To me, that makes the game underrated. It's not the most underrated game you'll ever play, or ever heard of, but it's worth your time. And you definitely deserve it. Every game deserves it. Now, Battletoads, I would love to see Microsoft make a new Battletoads. I've played the original Battletoads in the arcade game, only through the rare replay, but maybe with the new modern day Battletoad games, maybe it might succeed, and maybe it may not be successful if with or without the original team. And enough again. Fun fact, once you beat this chapter, you unlock the Chicago typewriter, the Tommy gun, only for Separate Ways. I still haven't decided if I'm going to do Separate Ways yet, but I would like to stream it one day. But anyways, this video is only for Microsoft's E3 press conference. This is a video what I would like to see and what I predict they may show. But I'm hoping Microsoft will do well this year with the Xbox Scorpio. I hope they make it the system it needs to be. I'm hoping it has enough storage in the hard drive. Doubt it will, but hey, a guy can wish. I don't know. I don't have much to say on the Xbox Scorpio. I mean, I'm just hoping it's a powerful system. I'm hoping and you know, like I said, I hope it has enough space in the hard drive. I mean, those are like one of my main focuses. But I'm hoping they do not, and I'm sure they won't. I'm hoping they don't try to pull off the DRM crap like Don Matrick did when he was in charge of the original Xbox. But I'm sure with Phil Spencer in charge, they may not. Because it's likewise, Don Matrick, he wasn't in charge. He was not passionate about gaming. I could just tell. He didn't know a thing about video games. And I think that's what caused the Xbox One to have a rocky start, was due to Don Matrick's original leadership. But now that with Phil Spencer in charge, you know, he's trying to bring Rare back to the great days, the days they had when they were a successful company. Maybe it's possible. Maybe not. But even with like the listed Xbox original games they had from the old days, like Crimson Skies and Blood Wake, Azaric, Rise of Parathia, the 2 fighting games I mentioned. You know, that potential Jet Force Gemini game, I would love to see. Like I said, I heard they trademarked it, as well as Battletoads. And you know, seeing them get announced this year, I said a lot of games, but you know, maybe hopefully Microsoft might consider doing it. And Scalebound, I know a lot of gamers were looking forward to that, and they didn't get it. And I'm still afraid that Ninja Theory
May consider doing it. Like I said, I don't think Ninja Theory. I know I've said this